It's my life. Lazy. It's my life. I wanna shopping. It's my life. Money. Yeah.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Jimmy Flipping Deals. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope y'all are doing alright. I'm still running a little slow, but that is okay. As okay can be, right? I was going to speak about retail arbitrage, and if I were brand new, which I'm not, and I don't know everything, I've only been doing this for a number of years now, but what I will say is if I was thinking about getting into retail arbitrage this year, at this moment, I wouldn't go too heavy into it. I really would. I definitely would not spend any more than I could absolutely just throw away indefinitely. Not that you're going to throw it away, but that you can't, you know, that you can't sink into and do. I tell you what, you know, there are a lot more retail arbitrage people, I think, this year than there has been. I do believe there's a lot more competition this year than there has been. I know places like Amazon where I sell. Now I don't pay the $40 membership. I told myself, you know, if it's $1 an item that I pay extra, when I get to the point of selling 40 items a month on Amazon, when Amazon earns that 40, then I'll go membership. Until then, I won't. Now, a year and a half, almost 2 years later with Amazon, they have still not earned the right of producing sales equaling to 40 units a month on Amazon because there's so much competition. And I believe with the Amazon fulfillment, you know, the FBA or whatnot, I do believe that because of the competition, there are people that are cutting their prices past the break-even point just to avoid storage fees. You know, so it's not even on a level playing field. And to be perfectly honest and transparent, whether I store the stuff at Amazon or whether I store it at home, and me personally, I store it at home, that costs money. For y'all that know, in order to expand my capabilities, I recently bought a storage container. I think I've sold 2 things on Amazon this month. There's 2 issues on the retail arbitrage side that I see, which is predominantly what you sell on Amazon. 2 things. One, and one's a 2-part. One, their catalog is not developed enough for the majority of products that I sell. You know, I can scan something and it does not show up on Amazon, and there's 30 people selling it on eBay, and it does sell. Now, the issue with 30 people selling it is you're competing with 30 different people, you know, and of varying degrees of current desperation or exasperation, because I have felt both of those. The products that I do sell, the products that are on the catalog, people are, like I say, a lot of the fulfillment by Amazon have it priced too cheap. And I'm not just saying like I don't want to let my margin go or anything like that, but oftentimes it is there. I've seen them less than postage, because they're figuring out postage plus storage fees, you know, and they're taking a loss, and that's a reoccurring issue over and over again. And this isn't a tale of woes, because I don't look for the roadblocks, I look for the opportunities. But the reality of it is Amazon is not up to what I need it to be to to be a profitable standalone business. And I believe for the majority of people out there that are retail arbitrage and not private label, it's very difficult. As far as just the amount of product at this time of year, Q4, that you're able to lay your hands on at the moment is struggling, and has been, in all honesty, for the last year. And I'm not just talking one store or two stores. And I know y'all see my car filled to the brim week after week, but it's the smalls. You know, it really is. Like, it's not the things that I'm making a lot of money off of. You know, last year and the year before, it was buying things that I bought for 10 and sold for 40 or 50, meaning every time that I bought them, or sold them rather, that I made 10 or 15 or more dollars. You know, now the stuff that I am buying, I am making $2, $3, $4, $5 a sale, you know, which is, it's fine. Now, one, it's not profitable to go to FBA or any other fulfillment. It's not profitable enough in order to have somebody else process it, you know, so that is more labor intensive. Now, I do reap the benefit of not paying somebody for that, and I get to the point of, you know, if I can spend a minute putting it into my system and spend a minute or so taking it out, and I make $2 or $3, then hey, that's good money, and you know, it's not horrible. But if, you know, in order to clear even $50,000 a year, well, let's just keep the math simple, to do $36,000 a year, $36,500, you have to do $100 a day, right? Let's be honest, we all need more than $100 a day on average every day in this day and age. We all need more, but just to keep the math simple, if I'm making a $2 profit on an item, or 5, but let's just go with 2 to emphasize my point. If I need to make $100 a day and I make $2 an item, then I need to process 50 items a day in order to make my $100. Now, there are things that I make 5 and 7, and there are things, you know, I had a sale, in all honesty, yesterday where I made $40. I mean, they do happen, but not like they used to. Not on the retail arbitrage side. Now, I do believe that thrift has some other options. When I first kind of got into this, I did, in all honesty, have my nose in the air a little bit when it came to that stuff, because I did not want to be peddling used stuff. Like I wanted to, you know, I don't sell used shoes, and I do sell used shoes. I do. You know, I don't sell used shoes. I don't sell used toys, because to me, in my head, when at first look, I equated that to selling junk. And I'm not saying it is now. I mean, I understand that there's a lot of money. Actually, it's more profitable. When I've gotten into the used markets, I've actually done better profit margin wise than the others. So, you know, I don't have my nose turned up at it anymore. But what I'm saying is, in order to get larger profits, I've almost got to go to the used side, you know. Now, I will say one thing that retail has over thrift almost every time is multiples, and a lot of times that does make it a lot more feasible. You know, when I can list, you know, 60, 70 items with one listing, that's a beautiful thing. It's undeniable, it's unarguable. Matter of fact, it's one of the reasons I chose retail. But nevertheless, over the last couple of years, it has gotten more difficult with the ebbs and flows of everything in economy. I do know that difficult times where it brings out Darwinism in its truest form, you know, only the strong survive. Long story short, because if it's not ultimately profitable, people stop doing it. So as time goes on and people realize it's more work than what they add into it, I do believe that a lot of people, I had no clue when I got into it that sometimes it would take me 20, 50 packages in a day to make bare minimum what I'm making somewhere else, right? So I know that that's a shock, because packaging isn't all that I have to do to make that happen. You know, you got to buy the stuff, you got to find it, you got to process it, you got to sell it, you got to be responsible for returns. And these smalls are killing me, but I'm grateful for them. So short of that, guys, this is the video. So y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all let me know how you're doing, and until next time.